It is 2 weeks to the conduct of APC's National Convention, and as expected, the stakes are extremely high. The battle for who gets what, when, and how is fierce and even threatening to rip apart the governing party. But President Muhammadu Buhari wonders why the media is fixated on reporting the internal divisions in his party, as if he wants us to look away and keep quiet. The president's silence on critical issues in the party may have also allowed many of the Abuja-based APC governors to abandon their states and its people and run riot at the party's headquarters. They are all in Abuja, scrambling to grab the soul of a party that is also fighting to remain relevant. President Buhari also avoided talking about who is in charge of the party, Mai Mala Buni or Abubakar Sani Bello. That is the problem. Mr. President's silence whenever his intervention is most desired. On the program today, I will speak with Senator Rochas Okorocha. He is a presidential aspirant and one of the founding fathers of the All Progressives Congress. You are watching Politics on Sunday. I am Femi Akonde. Your party is really troubled, and you said that with the new development that there's light at the end of the tunnel. But this is not the first time that people are seeing this light at the end of the tunnel. What dimmed that light that you first saw?
Well, I said I'm beginning to see a little light at the dark end of the tunnel. That was my statement. That means I'm getting reassured that things will get better in the party. The truth is that we have lost completely the whole original idea and concept that brought us together as a family, that made us defeat the PDP in 2015. When we operated as a family, we were not struggling on how to control party structures. We were concerned about defeating our opponents, the PDP. And so that was our interest. So we came together, the CPC, the SCN, the APGA, the ANPP, to form what is called the APC. And we all agreed. Even when there were issues then, we had a way of resolving them. Like the name APC, I gave the name APC. And the red line you saw there is APGA. The broom was SCN. CPC had contribution in the flag, ANPP. We worked as a family, and we didn't care about some of this because we had a common goal. But shortly after we won, typical of Nigerian democracy and politics, everybody now left the party, the organs were not working. Here we are.
People like you who are major stakeholders in the All Progressives Congress were silent for too long and allowed all of this to fester to this point where the party is now, and maybe the president had to intervene to even save the party.
You know, we had a system that worked. We had leadership that we trust, and that's President Muhammadu Buhari. We had every confidence in him that he will show leadership and take certain decisions when it is necessary. That's how we worked. At the second level is the governors. I used to be the chairman of APC Governors Forum, and we had a way we worked out things. Then we didn't have this kind of rifts. We just sit and agree, this is what is good and this is what is good. And where we have issues, we'll come together and resolve those issues. Because I expected that the right people to sort out all the problems of the party is the president plus the governors, nobody else. Because the governors will have come and said, look, this state, what we are doing is not right, this is not right, do this. And as colleagues, we understand each other, and the president will come into the matter. So this whole thing that we're allowing to escalate is just uncalled for. So what do you expect people like us to do? When people who came with congratulatory message to us finally took over the seat and became owners of the party. And that's the problem you have, because if you don't know how something started, you will not know how to continue with it. I think with what's happening now, there's need for an urgent meeting of the founding fathers of APC to come together on a round table and see how we can sort out these matters and appease all and carry everybody along. This matter can be resolved. First, acknowledge as the leader of this country, President Muhammad Buhari, as the leader of this country and the leader of our party. It behoves that himself, with the party that he brought into bear, the CPC, should be able to sit down and say, look, we'll give it to you, give us the chairman of the party, because the chairman of the party must come from somewhere anyway. It must come from one of the blocks. Just like Akande came from SCN then, and John Oyegun came from SCN at that time. It is only natural that CPC should be able to produce the next chairman of the party. And from whatever position it is on, it doesn't matter. Then, it is only right that SCN, the major contributors to the system then, should produce the secretary of the party on that note. Then consider APGA and ANPP should be able to produce the other positions. Then if these four positions are given out, then governors of the governors come round. This has been zoned to the various states or zones. Go and sort it out. And governors and leaders of that place would have a say. Very easy. Like if two positions are zoned to a particular state, then the governor should be allowed to produce one of those positions, and the rest of the group produce one position.
So would the current
it will help a lot, but if it is taken to the level where it should be taken to, and in the party structures where you have a lot of problems, litigations, it is only fair to say, listen, you are the governor of the party, you want to control the party, and you want to come back a second time. Just no problem. Take 50% of the structure. Allow the rest of the party to share the rest of 50% of the structure, because you're the leader of the party in the state. But when you want to take everything all to yourself, nobody will agree. That's the problem that you have. Very simple. I wish they allowed me to be the chairman of the Rochas committee like I used to do in the past. I would have sorted out this matter and everybody would be happy.
Okay, in 2023, do you agree that the election will not be a walk in the park for your party, considering the popular vote your party came into power with in 2015 and 2019? Because some people say it appears as if that goodwill has been frittered away.
Let me say something to you about what I think is likely to happen. That's why most politicians will get the biggest shock of disappointment of their life. You know, we the politicians have this belief and understanding that you don't need to be popular to win an election in Nigeria. Just control the party structure. Keep cash and buy the people, and then buy the INEC, buy police, buy army, buy SSS, and then you're there. That's the mentality of the people, of those politicians. But they'll be receiving the greatest shock of their life, because Nigerians are getting to understand that, listen, those peanuts that you give us does not amount to anything. And they're not going to, and I'm not going to tell them again, say, this is my party has done this. They are going to look beyond party. Nigerians will look at the individuals, the antecedent, who they are, their character, who the person is, before they will cast their vote. And that's why this Electoral Act will help a whole lot to ensuring that only good people are voted into power. So, if you look at the amount of energy being expended now at the party secretariat, it's uncalled for. But why are people, listen, what does it mean to even have a chairman of the party? What is it? Secretary of the party, organizing secretary. If the people are true to themselves and they'll be free and fair, who cares? But you know why everybody's caring? Because they think that the chairman will be corrupt and will collect money. They think the secretary will be bought, organized secretary will be bought, and they will now write fictitious papers, and they think they will change the names of delegates when they come and do all those manipulations. So we're getting to the time when people will understand that these manipulations does not help anymore, and that people are going to vote whoever they want. And once that is done, and you realize that you don't need INEC, you don't need party structure, you don't need security, you need the people, then this is the beginning of democracy in Nigeria. And that's what is likely going to happen.
You want to be president, and this is not the first time you are throwing your heart in the ring. But if you look at Nigeria's, the challenges in the country, it's dynamic, it's changing. What will be your own approach to governance, modern day governance?
Vision, not ambition. We have not been able to separate vision from ambition. This is why we have everybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry, who wants to lead the country, even when they cannot lead themselves. When they have not even been able to help themselves, you can help somebody. And that is what is very key. And this is what really peters me down. This is what gets me concerned when I listen to some of the questions being advanced. I listen to all your questions, same story. The question we should be asking nowadays is one question, one. Listen, we have problems in Nigeria. Problems, agreed. Everything, ranging from security to disunity and anger, hate. Not everything seems to be at a standstill. Now, when the people converse, they take you to a party. A party can't lead the people. It takes an individual to lead the people. And it takes a vision, the person to lead the people. So the problem you have in this country today, let me tell you what it is. Then you can ask me questions if I have an idea on how to solve it. The problem you have in this country is that your country is in debt. And it's not a debt of choice. You have over 80 trillion naira you are owing, both local and external. Now, you make only about 6 trillion naira every year from your oil, tax, customs. Remember your oil. And you need 15 trillion every year to be able to service employment, payment of salaries, road maintenance, and run your electricity and get water. That's a problem. Now, so how do you get 9 trillion every year to balance off the 6 trillion to meet up? I'm not even paying the debt yet. Then the question is, how would you have, assumption, how much do you need? So it means that you need about 20 trillion every year to be able to say, okay, let me get 15 trillion and put 5 trillion to payment of my debt. That's number one problem you have. Another problem you have in your country is inability to create wealth. Inability to create wealth. Because if you look at Shagari's budget, and the budget of Nigeria today, nothing has changed. It's same. Today is like 13 trillion naira, which is like how much? 25 billion dollars. That was Shagari's budget. So budget of Nigeria has not changed. The income of Nigeria has not changed. But the population of Nigeria is increasing. That's why when you crucify your governors and crucify your presidents and crucify those in leadership, say they have done all that, that's not the problem. The problem is that you are not even able to create wealth to help out with the burden of responsibility. In other words, let me put it, your problem is far more than your income. Your expenditure is more than your income. And anytime you sell your oil, let me put it in a local man's, I wish I can speak broken English. And anytime you sell your oil and make your export, and you have like $30 million or $10 million abroad. The $10 million sitting there, But the pressure on the $10 million from demand of things that you want to bring from outside is more than $100 million. That's why the dollar becomes expensive. Do you understand this problem? Now, when you understand this problem, and people tell you the problem of Nigeria is unemployment, lack of power, lack of this, lack of... That is only the symptoms of the problem and not the problems. Now, have you understood what I'm saying? Am I making some lectures this time? Okay, so let me now guide you on how to choose the leadership. Before now you talk about the vision. Now, the question is that, what kind of leader does Nigeria need now? Considering the fact that institutions are not working. Institutions don't work in Nigeria. The judiciary has not been strengthened to make sure laws are obeyed and, you know, what's happening around us. These are the pivots upon which every economy that must succeed must rotate. That's what is making Japan, America. It's not different. That's not different. Now, and there's nothing they have that we don't have. In fact, we have more intelligent people than them. We have the best economists than them. We have more human and material resources than them. The question is, what kind of leader do you want? Especially in the mood of the nation today, where institutions are not working. Again, let me help you with the mood of the nation. Then I'm taking you step by step. The mood of the nation today in Nigeria, what we need today is that we need somebody as a president or a leader who, in the eyes of the common man of society, in the eyes of the Nigerians, is seen not to be a tribalized person. In other words, to give everybody a sense of belonging. Confidence, because when the people don't agree together, they cannot work together. Two united persons can chase 1,000 disunited people. So that's very clear. And how do you know the person? You check his antecedent. Because you cannot give what you don't have. And you cannot be what you are not over these years of your life up to 50 years. That's number one question. The question is that who can create wealth? It comes back to the same wealth I'm talking to you about. Then you ask yourself, what is your antecedent? Who are you before occupying political office? 95% of our leaders and politicians in this country who occupy political office, check their record. They were not wealth creators before they came to office. In fact, it's the office that made them. They never made the office.
Unbundled, after you have unbundled the problems, and we need, like you say, a man of vision who would steer the country in the right path. Some people have also said, and you also rightly said, that the institutions are not working. Are you not worried that sometimes maybe even that man of vision who would steer the country in the right path might become overwhelmed because it might be difficult dragging institutions that do not work? That would be the first challenge, fixing all of these institutions before even people begin to even get that dividend of democracy. And that might take time.
Let me tell you something. The best president of America will come here and fail as a president. Because the institutions are not working. You know, there are presidents for an ideal situation, and there are presidents for a starting nation. And I'm saying that this is where antecedent comes in. If the law is working, everything is working, what do you do as a president? You just make a very nice speech and everybody follows. But this one is that you assume that there's nothing. You're going to start to create those institutions to work. You're going to start the word creation yourself. You're going to change the narratives. You're going to... Then it requires a business-minded person. It requires somebody who have a history of making 5,000 naira to become 100,000 naira. This is what I'm talking about. That's Dubai.
Now, why is it difficult for people with vision, people with the right mindsets, people with the ideas to emerge as, to even find themselves in the position of leadership and have, in that position of leadership to make things work?
Good leaders are not good politicians. Politicians can meet from morning till night and they have no occupation. They are just targeting that office. But leaders are busy in the night working out vision on how to change things. That's why politicians think about the next election. Leaders think about the next generation. This is what is happening. You know, 90% of politicians now in APC are thinking about 2023. Beyond 2023, no plans. So the point I'm making here is that we have come to a very crucial moment where we should look beyond politics and ambition and look for vision and bring all the aspirants to ask them these key questions. Some of us are talking about sentiments. Look at what is driving the Nigeria campaign this time. I'm an Igbo man. It's time for Igbo presidency. I suffered for the party. I built the party and I built people. Sentiments. I helped to make Buhari, so Buhari must pay me back. Sentiments. Now I've been, I'm a good man. And I don't fight anybody. I don't make me president. If I paid all the bills of Buhari for president, it's time for payback. So it becomes personal. It's no longer about the people. So when you ask them the question, show me you want to be my president, tell me how you can unite this country. Tell me one. And what have you done in the past to show that you truly believe in Nigeria? None. Tell me how you can create wealth. Because when wealth is created, jobs will be available. When wealth is being created, productive sector of our economy is working. Then you don't see people, we don't become a consuming nation, we become a productive nation. Then you see smokes of production, not smoke of shaki and pepper soup. You see how you changing the addresses and looking where Boko Haram will disappear? That's the question. Ask them, how would we address the issue of out-of-school children? We have 13.4 to 14.5 million out-of-school children in Nigeria, which is increasing in a geometrical progression. What can you do? The question I would tell is that, no, I will make education free. How? By borrowing from China or borrowing from France? This is the difference. So until people begin to tell us what you have done and how you can do it, forget it. It's all rhetorics. This is why it looks like as we advance, things are getting worse, getting bad. And by the way, the incoming president of Nigeria in 2023 will have more problems than Buhari has. Because he's going to, these kids were only 12 years old. The next 5 years, they'll be 17, 19 years old. The new president will meet them. Either they become Boko Haram or they become kidnappers. So these are the things. But nobody's talking about this. Nobody talking about. No, who is the chairman of the party? Who is the secretary of the party? Who is the treasurer? Let's put it there so we can control. And the whole night meetings.
But how do we change the mentality of the people? Because the people have the power. Their psyche has been skewed to believe that it's the big men with fat bank accounts that should be voted into office, as if those people will come and spend their own personal money to run the country. How do we change that mindset? Because that is very important.
It is the leadership. It is the vision. And leadership is about passion and vision. Most leaders have passion, they have no vision. Some have vision, they have no passion. That's what's happening. It might have passion, let me tell you, it might have passion for the poor. And what you do is, you say every month, give every Nigerian 10,000. That's passion. But there's no vision in it. Because by giving that Nigerian 10,000 without doing anything, you have blocked their sense of reasoning. You have not developed their sense of dependency. Does the two work? Do you understand what I'm saying now? There's passion, but no vision. Because you have indirectly destroyed that person. That's why you see when people they say, somebody can be kind to you and it's destroying you. That's why I always tell people that learn to quarrel with your landlord so you can have your own house. Because sometimes when your landlord is such a nice person that tells you, oh, don't worry, this money, you don't have money. No, anchor man, don't worry. No, you're a nice person. You wear nice glasses. You look good in your suit. Don't worry. It doesn't make you work. Our youths are not lazy. Our youths are hardworking, but the system is trying to make them lazy. Our youths are wonderful young men, energetic, willing to work, but the system has changed. Let me tell you, most of the youths now are waiting for next month for primaries to make money. That's why you could see somebody now roll out billions of naira, which he never gave before. Now you roll it out to go and buy votes. So it's business, it's market. Buy and sell. When you buy the whole votes, you recover back and go back and buy them, and the nation is suffering. So there's a lot of listen, that's why I'm crying for new Nigeria. That's why I'm providing for new Nigeria. And I'm serious about it. But you know what? If they know that you have such attributes, then you see what is called Kabbalistic arrangement against you. They must bring you down so that this whole vision of you does not see the light of day. First, you won't be part and parcel of what they do. So that's the challenge we have. So what I'm saying is that I think, and let me sound prophetic a bit, I think there will be a new Nigeria. A new Nigeria where Nigerians will now say, no, but we don't want your money anymore because you have cheated us for too long. You are coming to give me 1 million naira as a delegate now to buy my vote in my primaries. Before I get back to that, from Abuja to that 1 million naira, it remains 600,000. Before I get back to my house with my wife and pay school fees, is finished. Then you come, out of my 1 million, you make 1 billion for every of my 1 million. I'm not looking a fool. I want to vote the right person who will remember my children and children's children tomorrow.
So does this new electoral act rekindle hope?
Excellent. It will help a lot. And the new electoral act is good, very, very good. But we really have to, it's a decision. You know, every system is good, but really the practitioners must remain firm. But you know what people don't know? When you do all that, you pay the price, directly or indirectly. When you're an INEC officer, you manipulate. And you think you have gone away with it. But you have children. You collected 10 million to write a result. Then, 2 years later, you forgot. A kidnapper takes your child, or even yourself, and is demanding for 20 million. Now you go and sell their property and double the price. Did you do a good business or a bad business? Very bad. That's what's happening in the country. But people don't know that this is happening in this country. That is what the issue. So I am for politics of issues, not politics of sentiments.
That is all on our program this week. You can watch this episode again on TVC News YouTube channel. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. You can also follow me on Twitter to continue the political conversation. My handle is @Femi Akonde TVC. Thank you for watching. See you next time.